Well, joining us now from the conference is Ukrainian Member of Parliament Oleksii Goncharenko to tell us his reaction to that reaffirmation of support. Good morning to you. A wonderful visual image from the Foreign Secretary there, imagining that last Russian tank being dragged away by Ukrainian tractor, and British presence very much there until the end.
Absolutely, and also another possibility is when the last Russian tank will be destroyed by British and law. It also works for us. So we are very thankful for all support we are receiving from the United Kingdom, and I met personally with Foreign Secretary Cleverly yesterday, met with Liz Truss, and I can tell you that I'm sure that this support will continue because the United Kingdom and the government of the United Kingdom understands that we are fighting not only for ourselves but for the whole free world, and in order to restore international law we need to win this war as soon as possible.
Well, the worry is that Vladimir Putin may use tactical nuclear weapons. How do you feel about that?
That is very serious concern, and that is one of the topics why I'm here now in the UK, being on the Conservative conference, because I feel that it is still very unlikely, but the chances of this are rising, unfortunately, because on every possible crossroad, Putin chooses the worst possible track. And if he will continue to do this, we are moving to the possibility that he could be so desperate that he can realistically consider this option. And that's why we need to act now to prevent it. That's what I told to the United Kingdom, to the government, because of the UK, because the UK, the United States and France are three nuclear powers in the free world. And also in 1994, when Ukraine voluntarily gave up the third biggest in the world nuclear arsenal, it was made under the guarantees of the United States and the United Kingdom. And it is so important for us today to prevent this disaster. Also, it is important because if even any step to this in this direction will be made, some kind of demonstrative attack, for example, like it is in the nuclear doctrine of Russia, it will mean the end of non-proliferation policy in the world. And in 20 years, we will have dozens of countries with nuclear weaponry all around the whole planet. And that will mean that sooner or later we will have a nuclear war, big nuclear war. That is a disastrous scenario. We need to do everything to prevent it. And that is one of my messages. And to do it, we need to act both diplomatically. I think we should involve here India and China. It is very important also. And the second thing, Putin should understand that it will be a suicide for him personally and Russia. So the response will be military response from NATO.
OK, interesting with your views on India and China there. I wonder what your take is on Elon Musk. I mean, he is, in his opinion, trying to find peace, but his suggestion capitulating to some of Russia's demands in the form of Crimea, saying, why don't you just hand it over in the name of peace? Your take on that?
I think that Elon Musk, if he wants, he can give to Russia his shares of Tesla. I don't understand why he wants to give to Russia something which is not his. Crimea is Ukraine, it's our territory. And if Putin, it's very important, two things. First of all, if Putin will be successful in any way, for example, he will keep some part of Ukraine, for example, Crimea, it will mean that this aggressive policy is acceptable. That will mean that there is no international law. That will mean that the world is like a wild jungle after this, with predators like bear, like tiger, hunting for peaceful nations. I don't want to live in the world like this. And second thing is that we can't live, it's not only about territories, it's about our people. And Russia is committing genocide on occupied territories. How can we say, like seriously, let's leave people under genocide, let Russians kill them and rape them? I can't understand. So I think it's better for Elon to make business and not to make geopolitical propositions like this.